Well, hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video, and it's gonna be my review of The Last of Us Season 1. Now, The Last of Us is a video game adaptation of the PlayStation game, and I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually played the game before, until now. Yeah, here it is, here's the game, I have it. Started playing it after watching the show. I love it. I love the game. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm planning on. But I've finished the show first. I'm not a big gamer these days, but the only games that really got me hooked, in modern games anyway, is Spider-Man PS4 and now The Last of Us. Says a lot about PlayStation, right? Anyways, I'm not here to talk about the game. I'm here to talk about the show. At first, I was gonna do like episode reviews, but I figured I should probably just do a season 1 review. I just feel like I haven't been a fan of The Last of Us long enough to really talk about like the episodes really in depth, you know what I mean? So this review is really coming from someone who just watched the show and like started the game like after watching like 5 episodes. So don't get offended if I don't know a certain thing about the game or whatever. Like, just this is a show, okay? Just a disclaimer, guys, this review is going to contain some spoilers, so if you have not seen The Last of Us Season 1, don't watch this video, and if you have seen, stay right here with me. Or if you don't care, keep watching. When I first started the show in episode 1, I didn't really know what to expect. All I knew is that it was going to be like a zombie apocalyptic story, and I really thought that I was gonna like go in the, you know, same direction as all the other typical shows like this. And I gotta say, in that first half of that pilot episode, I really loved it. I really loved how they captured like the fear, what Sarah was seeing outside and all that. Like, that was really intriguing. And then like the most heartbreaking moment when she dies, like, oh my god, like that's when I realized that this was not just some, you know, typical like zombie show. Like, this felt like more than that. Then we get to the second half of the episode, and coming from someone who hasn't touched the game yet, when I was watching the pilot episode, I was really confused about where this show was going, or the episode was going. We're jumping back and forth between like lots of different characters, and it got me confused, and there was like random side plots about like how they were gonna get a battery of a car or something, and I was just like a little lost in that second half, the time jump. But then we got to the ending of the episode, and it was truly powerful when Joel gets like a flashback when the military guy killed Sarah, and he beats that guy to death just to protect Ellie and Tess. And I was like, wow, this was a great ending. I didn't know about like the whole like side plot thing with the battery stuff, but that ending was really good. But even when it just ended, I was like, okay, it was fine. Like, it was not like something like that hooked me yet until later on, but you know, it was a good start. It was okay. Nothing really special. But now that I have started the game, I can understand why fans really love that pilot episode, because of how faithful it is to the game, while also making little changes here and there to make the story better. Like I said, I really get the hype now, and I gotta say, I'm a Last of Us fanboy now. And as the series went on and the story became more focused, I really believe that the show got better and better, and I started becoming really invested in these characters. And now, speaking of characters, the actors in the show, Pedro Pascal, oh my god, he is absolutely amazing as Joel. Like, he probably doesn't look like the game Joel, but he really does capture the spirit and the essence of Joel, and he captured that perfectly. I have not seen everything that Pedro Pascal has done, like, except for like Mandalorian and Game of Thrones, but so far this is his best role yet, and it's absolutely phenomenal performance. I love that his character became more vulnerable as the show went on, and it just shows how much he became more attached to Ellie, and Pedro portrayed that very, very well. Bella Ramsey portrays Ellie in the show, and she is absolutely astounding in here. The range of emotions and facial expressions she puts in like every scene is absolutely amazing. And just like for Pedro, she probably does not look like the game version of Ellie, but like I said, she also captures the essence and the spirit of Ellie. Most of the show is really accurate to the game, but I really did like the little changes they made, just here and there, just to enhance her character a bit. Whether it was just a facial expression, tears in her eyes, or a piece of dialogue, it really just made everything better. Like, it just, something that you can capture well in the game, you probably can capture it better on film, or in this case, television. Personally, I feel like the episode that really got me hooked to the show was actually episode 5 with Henry and Sam. Oh my god, that was an amazing episode. They made us care so much for these two characters, even though we've only seen them in one episode, and it managed to make it so heartbreaking by the end. I was like, oh my god, what the hell? When I was watching this episode, I haven't even reached this part in the game yet. So this was completely new to me. It was really at that moment that I knew, The Last of Us is really something special, and I get the hype now. Let's talk about the production design of this show, because wow, like they really transform the game directly into live action, like seamlessly. Like not only did they get every detail right, but it's just so well made. Like seeing all the rooms trashed, the stairs being barricaded, and the little weird disgusting thing that grows on the wall and the floor. I don't know what they're called. All those things really help bring this show to life, and I think they couldn't have done a better job in this. I also love how they captured like little moments from the game. So for example, Joel gives Ellie a boost above and she lowers him down the ladder so that he can climb, like little moments like that. Now let's talk about that finale for a bit, because they really turned the tables for Joel's character, and not in a bad way. So Ellie's supposed to be doing his brain surgery, where the doctors can like take out something from her brain so that they can come up with a vaccine, a cure. But because of that, Ellie will die. So to not let that happen, Joel decides to kill everybody in the hospital, all the Fireflies, including Marlene. Like, holy shit. Just so that he can have Ellie for himself and have her by his side to kind of fill the void of the daughter he lost, Sarah. As someone who hasn't even reached this part of the game yet, I was so shocked about how it all turned out. Just makes you realize that our main character is not always the good guy. Like, he has flaws. You can even say he's being selfish, and he even ends up lying to her about how they stopped looking for a cure. And I was like, Joel, what are you doing? But then at the same time, maybe he does have a point. What if this cure doesn't work? Like, you never know. He would lose Ellie in the process because he's grown so attached to her. Like, it's conflicting. You're like, who's right here? But this is also one of the reasons why this story is loved by everybody, the game and the show. It's not your typical zombie apocalyptic story. It's way much more than that. It puts way more emphasis on the characters. Like, the characters come first, not the whole infected stuff, which is still cool, but like the characters come first. The struggles they go through, the people they end up meeting along the way in this apocalyptic world, that is what really makes The Last of Us so special and stand out from the rest. Overall, The Last of Us isn't your typical zombie apocalyptic story, and along the way you really get to care about Joel and Ellie, their bond, their connection to one another. The series also delivers some really heart-wrenching moments, including episode 3 with Bill and Frank, episode 5, Henry and Sam, and episode 7 with Riley and Ellie, and the finale where Joel makes the conflicting choice to keep Ellie alive. And that is what really makes The Last of Us a satisfying and emotional experience. And with that, I'm gonna give The Last of Us Season 1 a 9 out of 10. I can't wait how they're gonna adapt Season 2. I wonder if they're gonna keep that beginning. I'm sure you know what it is, but I wonder if they're gonna keep that in the show, which I haven't played in the game yet, so I can't really make an opinion on it. But I do know about it because, I've been on the internet long enough and I hear about things. But yeah, I can't wait for Season 2 and can't wait to play Last of Us Part 2 if I get there. So what did you think of The Last of Us Season 1? Let me know in the comments, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.